Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric, and I make apps. Now today, let's talk about getting advice from other industries. Alright, so this past Saturday I went to a YouTube event in London. It was called YouTube Creators Day. So like if you have like more than 1,000 subscribers, I mean that's the limit, then you could go to this Creators Day where they have like talks by different speakers and they'll have little breakout sessions and you get to meet like other people who are making YouTube videos and everything like that. They do it like 2 or 3 times a year, right? And I've been to like, this was the 3rd one I've been to, right? And it was really interesting, not so much to the talks and the discussions and everything like that, because most of the stuff that they talk about is the kind of stuff that you can learn just online, right? There's loads of resources out there and YouTube videos that, there's no real secrets there. And the same goes true with, I think, most events that I've been to. The biggest benefit you get is just talking to other people who are doing it. So like, I don't consider myself to be a YouTuber. Like this is not how I make my revenue. It's not how I make my money, right? And I have no, I have no plans to be just like a YouTube guy where I can make like Minecraft videos or whatever. I don't know, but a lot of the people I spoke to, they were much more focused on it, working on trying to get their subscribers up, and when we talk about different types of stuff, getting your channel discovered. And I've talked about this before. There are so many parallels between these different types of industries, like the YouTube creator videos or the YouTubers or whatever. People who write ebooks, people who sell stuff on Amazon, right? And us, app developers. There's so much when I talk to these other people that we have in common that sometimes it's really interesting. And it's interesting to see their perspectives on things. So when I talk to a lot of the people who are creating YouTube videos, they were like, how do I get my subscribers up? How do I, my videos aren't being found and everything. And then you quickly get into conversations about, how do you optimize for search? How do you search for proper keywords? How do you tell what people are searching on? Everything similar to apps, right? I mentioned this before. I may have mentioned this before. I can't remember. Right? I had a friend, actually it was a neighbor who wrote an ebook, and he's a really good writer. Right? He's just like a novelist and everything. But he worked away for months and he wrote this book and he put it onto Amazon and he sold it for like 99 cents or whatever. Right, and it was really good. I read it and everything, but his problem was that nobody was finding it. Right, so eventually it's a failure. It didn't work out. But the problem is the same with the apps. Right, it wasn't that the book was bad. It was that nobody found it. It was he didn't know how to optimize the keywords. He didn't know how to try to get into the head of people searching. What are they going to be searching for? Everything too. Right, and I also knew somebody else who had an invention. He invented a new product. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Got the patent, did everything, right, and then he sold it on various channels. But Amazon was the main one, right? But we put on to Amazon, and I think they may have sold one, or they may have sold none. It was kind of like so there's a bunch of them like in a garage somewhere of this product, right? But when I looked at it, I thought, dude, you got the same problem we have. We got our app developers have. It's not that so much that your product was bad. It's like nobody knows it even exists. Like if you look at the people who do really well on Amazon, if you were in the Amazon space, you would look at how they do, right, and how they optimize keywords and screenshots, and or not screenshots, pictures of their product or whatever, and how they would use all that. The same with ebooks. If you go through the Kindle store, you see there's no longer it's just the title of the book, unless it already has some recognition through popular culture. But they've got loads of keywords in the titles, like let's say Death Strike, an Eric Wroolie mystery, or whatever the name of the character is, and it'd be like this long volume 1, and they'll put everything in there what people would actually be searching on. Right? The point I have is that sometimes it's really interesting to look into these other fields because we have so much in common, especially the ones that are creative, like app development, right? And just like when I look at these people who are creating YouTube videos and their goal is for that to be their full-time revenue, and it's just ad-based, like I think that's such a fragile economy, right? It seems like everybody wants to do that, and everybody's going into that, but some of them are going to make it work, and they're going to keep trying, and but it's still the principles of how do we get found, how do we get discovered, everything is the same that we have in apps. Anyway, so I encourage you to, first of all, if there's any app events in your area, or app development events, it's good to go to those. Not so much for the presentations, right? You can find pretty much anything online, but being able to talk to other people, because anybody can say anything about, hey, you should do this, you should use this ad network, whatever, but not until you talk to other people and say, has this actually worked for you? What were the complications you had? And people have different things and different levels of success. So anyway, it was a great event. One of the things I came away with is idea to think about how to change the content of these videos. Like maybe going into 2018, we change the format a little bit, right? Rather than just me talking to you guys every day, which I know could get really boring. Maybe we'll do something different. I don't know. Or maybe we just stop at the end of the year. But we'll see. I'm trying to think of some good New Year's resolutions for the channel for 2018. Anyway, so that's it for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Doesn't matter how hard you might try.